Today's plant in the crevice garden is down on the ground. It is a phlox subulata candy stripe. Phlox is Greek for the word flame because the flowers of many phlox are so bright. Subulata references its leaf shape, which is very linear, and then it comes to kind of a swollen base, so it looks like an awl. It has pretty shallow roots, so it does like some snow cover in the winter. That is partially because it's also a perennial, so it has its little green leaves all year. It also likes sandy soil. Is water wise. It is actually tolerant of urban pollution, which is a pretty interesting concept. It's an alpine area plant, and it can also do well in sea areas and coastal areas, which you might think those are really different, but a plant needs to have some form of protection against either cold or that salt air, and often its leaves have some form of wax on it, or these are compact and dense, which helps keeps its temperature and also protects it from that sea salt. So sometimes you will see an overlap of plants in those two areas. It helps with erosion because it does have those thin spreading roots, and so it helps stabilize soil like on banks or slopes. It doesn't grow really fast, it stays low down, but it is self-seeding, which means that it will seed back into this same area, so it could get into a larger clump rather than being dispersed really far away and becoming invasive. A phlox subulata does well in more heat and dry areas than a lot of phlox do. And that is because it really only grows like in the colder seasons. So in the winter, it's kind of dormant. Then in the summer, it goes into a form of dormancy also because it's just too hot to grow. So what is the stewardship for this plant? Well, what I've been learning lately is how much carbon pollution is concentrated in a small group of the world's industries. So 71% of the pollution comes from 100 industries. All the rest of the world is the 29%. So let's hold those industries accountable. We need to do what we can, but one of the things we can do is to write our Congress people, you can write any kind of lawmakers, and you can also write the industries themselves. I'll see if I can find a list of those 100 big ones, but we need to make sure that they are held accountable for the consequences of their actions and that it is not all on the individual shoulders.